Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So my question today is, how do I proceed in moving forward in the baby steps when my husband does not want to be involved whatsoever?
Can I rephrase that and see if it's still correct?
Sure.
How do I proceed in building wealth if my husband doesn't want to include me and talk about money? Is that still correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not really got anything to do with the baby steps, is my point. It's that you're trying to figure out a way to move your all's life forward financially, and he doesn't want to be involved.
Yes.
Why?
It seems to overwhelm him every time we talk about it. We've been married for 7 years together.
Why does it overwhelm him? Grown-up people do it all the time.
I mean, I've tried to talk to him about it many times. I don't understand why it overwhelms him.
Do other things overwhelm him?
Yes.
Like what?
Getting a job. He's currently home with our 2 children right now, full time.
Is he depressed?
I don't know how to answer that. We've tried to go to therapy. There was a big event that happened this year for us that kind of decided, hey, why don't you stay home with the kids for a little bit, try to figure out where you want to work and what you want to do. And, this is just kind of a symptom of what I'm not sure the bigger issue is.
But you can't get him to get him to go into counseling.
No.
Okay. Big event's pretty vague. I don't want to put you on the spot, but it sounds like a guy that I learned a lot of this stuff from 30 years ago used to say, money problems are not the problem, they're the symptom.
Yes.
And so him not wanting to be involved in this is one of many things he doesn't want to be involved in. And all of those don't want to be involved, or I'm overwhelmed, or whatever phrase we want to use is due to a problem, and those are all the symptoms. Does that sound accurate?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we can't solve the symptom until we solve the problem. So now your question changes to, how do I get my husband to address his issues? Because until he addresses those, he's not going to get a job. Until he addresses those, he's not going to feel robust and have a swagger to go enjoy life and take life by the horns. Until he addresses those, he's not going to feel ready to draw his sword, pull his gun, or whatever metaphor you want, and attack the world alongside his wife to go build wealth and have a great future together. This guy's hiding because he's scared because stuff's happened, and he's feeling pretty broken right now. Am I missing something?
Right. No, that's very specific to conversations we've had.
Okay.
We've talked at length, and that was very close to a conversation we've had recently.
Yeah. So Dr. John Deloney is our guy that talks about relationships and emotional health. He has the PhD in counseling. I have a PhD in DUMB because I've done stupid stuff half my life and tried not to do the same stupid stuff over again. So that makes me older and wise now. But I'm not qualified to help you with this. But all I can tell you is, just as the old guy here, and you can speak to if Sam was this, if this was happening with Sharon, or if this was happening with me, I can tell you what Sharon would do, because she's pretty freaking proactive. We would create a different crisis to and define the crisis and say, we're going to address this problem, whatever it is, and we're going to find a solution to it. And it sounds like that involves, if it's in my world, it's meeting with a therapist, with a counselor, and getting very involved with your pastor at your local church, and having a spiritual approach and a psychological, emotional, relational approach to getting to the bottom of whatever's going on, so that he can have a wonderful, sustainable life going forward. Oh, and by the way, that's going to rub off on you. Does that sound right?
It does.
I'm going to start throwing grenades around there until we're in counseling. and sitting down with a pastor and in church. And we're not going to hide at home with the children and call that nurturing instead of addressing my crap. Is that too blunt?
Right.
Is that mean?
No, not at all.
What's his reason? When you've said to him, hey, listen, you need to go to counseling, you need to go to therapy, what has been his reason for decline?
It's not for him.
So sitting at home with the kids and doing nothing and hiding and hurting is for him. Yeah, not okay with me.
Yeah, I listen.
So I want to deputize you to love him well enough to create a problem.
That's Dave, that's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I mean,
I've been praying. I've been praying, and
that's good
for months since October, and then it was funny because he was the one who sent me something from you guys, a reel on Facebook, and I was like, oh gosh, like maybe I should start listening to these guys. And I've been binging everything since the end of January, and I've gotten very intentional. He's been on board with some things and thinking I'm crazy on others. And I sold my car a couple weeks ago. And,
wow.
I've got hundreds of stuff on Mercari and selling a bunch of stuff.
But
today.
you're lonely. You're lonely.
I'm very proud, but I'm alone.
You're lonely.
So,
yeah. I'm sorry you guys are facing this. Well, I just you go to counseling if he won't, and talk to the counselor about a proper way, because I'm not qualified to tell you to draw him out and to create the crisis that leads him to healing. Because you're not going to lead him to healing. If you go fix all the financial stuff, it's not going to fix this.
No, and I understand.
You're just going to be wealthy,
to,
dysfunctional people.
Yep. I've been in counseling since October too.
Okay, yeah. Well, ask the counselor how to give you language and how to properly draw boundaries and timelines on your demanding as his wife, who loves him more than anything, how that he start making progress in these areas. And it's not progress in the symptoms, progress in what's going on inside of him. Because these other areas aren't going to fix until that does. I've been doing this a long time, and I've watched that. So,
yeah, definitely.
I mean, you Sam and you, I know how I know how you and Sam work.
Listen, I'm holding my tongue a little bit because I'm not a doctor, and I'm definitely not a counselor, but I can tell you what I would do.
Well, what would you do?
You're a wife. I would make life more uncomfortable with him not changing.
Yeah.
So that it's more comfortable for him to. It's like you have to flip the script a little bit and be like, okay, you're not going to change. Life's about to get real uncomfortable.
I'm not going to go over here and try to do life without you and be lonely.
Yeah.
And fix all the money stuff while you sit at home.
Right. Yeah. There's ultimatums that come out.
And judge my actions.
Yeah.
You twerp.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Listen, Mama will put out the ultimatum in a second. So.
Yeah. Hey. Is
it right or wrong? I can't say, but it's worked for me.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. This is not okay, and it's clear communication, and it's not an act of anger.
No,
it's an act of love.
Well, there's two people in the relationship, and she has as much validity to have happiness and have health in her life as he does, and if he doesn't want to contribute to that, then she has choices that she can make.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Ooh. See, that's what would happen at my house too.
Oh, I can hear it now.
Except it would be choices. That's what it would sound like, passive-aggressive Southern.
Sharon is my girl. I already know that.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.